a bomb got dropped upon us all, and the list of all unknowns is tall. But if there's anything we know, our stubbornness has shown, we'll climb up after any fall. We know who we are, but we still don't know who named us. Yeah, we know where we are, but we don't know where we came from. The leftover ashes in the sky, and the nations, all they do is fight. Yeah, the crown broke all our trust, so I guess it's up to us to save whatever's left of life. We know who we are, but we still don't know who named us. Yeah, we know where we are, but we don't know where we came from. But we still don't know who named us. Yeah, we know where we are, but we don't know where we came from. Oh, we know who we are, but we still don't know who named us. Yeah, we know where we are, but we don't know where we came from.
Hello everyone, this is the Nameless One, and today we are going to be continuing the Lost Memories Second Chances campaign. I have here with me today Ice Cold, Fiction, and Wind.
Hey.
Moon got called in for work, and Nez is hanging with family, to my knowledge.
Ah, okay. Oh, yeah, that's right. I remember the message now.
And
guess Emerald's just gonna be an iPad kid today.
before we get and be stuck with the brain rot, Before we get started, I would like to remind everybody, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell, follow on Twitch, all that good stuff. And if somebody would like to go ahead and get started with the recap. Hold that thought real quick. I'm going to go throw the blanket on the dog, see if he'll leave me alone then.
That's not how it works, but okay.
Depends on how heavy the blanket is.
Thought currently being held.
So, who does want to do the recap anyway?
I'll probably do it.
Okay, good, because I don't know what the heck happened to you guys before, so
Yeah, not to mention, I probably have stuff to say about previous sessions that apply.
You do. All right.
Well, I don't want there to be silence. We're doing the, at least the first part.
Go for it. Thumbs up.
Yeah, I keep forgetting. Nameless is the one who needs the recap.
Okay. The dog has been blanketed, and hopefully that will keep him distracted. Somebody say something real quick. I'm gonna make sure that Discord is coming through.
Something.
Okay.
Yo.
Something.
Thank you.
You have the floor.
Alright. Well, yesterday. Seems like yesterday. Last week, we started by leaving the Frozen Heart, and on our way out, we happened to find another living statue. So we broke her out, and we met Geargrease. Everyone has noticed that she has slightly more advanced equipment than normal, but nothing has been said on the matter just yet. We do know that she's a part of Deus Ex Machina, which is one of the Teknite tribes. This one is a branch headquartered in the Wastes. Most of them were in Manhattan before it walked away, and they're massive suck-ups to the FPC. Followed by a quiet night. Then we continued on, found a natural archway. Frenzied Flame stopped on one side of it. He has other matters, and we have gone through the unnatural cold. Yeah, the cold weather gear we spent so much time getting actually works now. Anyway, continue on. No Frostworks seem to be following us. And we ended up finding some tracks that were leading through the night. Some people had noticed it. And then we found, likely, what was moving. A whole bunch of desiccated corpses that got up, that were, killed in various different ways, usually by the crystals. We found the crystal host. It looked like there was signs of fresh combat from FPC. There was a suit that had been perforated from the floor. We ended up falling off a little not steep cliff, and we found old buildings. Thanks to Gear's skill, we were able to find a place to stay that was secure. And Ivory was able to put up defenses for us so nothing can get in.
Really are playing Call of Duty Zombies.
Feels like.
Where's the mystery box, though?
That's the thing. It's a mystery.
You just have to worry if I say fetch me their souls.
No, the dog rounds are easy. We're still in the low game.
I mean, what makes you think that you're in the low rounds? It's a game that's been going for years.
Yeah, damn FPC put it up to 115.
Quick, guys. We need to get ray gun. We need to get the thunder gun.
Alright.
Alright.
So, we are going to go ahead say that it is the next morning after you guys posted up there. Mainly because I don't even remember if we did camp or not, and
We
didn't
did
have
not.
anything planned for it anyways. So,
Okay.
I will say that you guys slept rather poorly because, there are things outside banging on the walls. But,
That's normal.
your little hiding place has stood the test of the night. Go ahead and everybody roll me a perception.
Do I get FP points back? Because I'm still at like 2.
Yes.
Okay.
Forget the exact conversion from like
Name a
getting that
number.
back. You're full.
Okay.
I know that much. Ice, would you also like to introduce your new character today?
I think that would be best if everybody in the party was here.
Okay. Then we are going to continue on with your nerd. I meant to ask that earlier,
Nerd.
but it's
Well,
it's
we also
hard to
still
remember things sometimes. When it's,
finalize how we're going to introduce them and everything.
It's not like Doc hasn't woken up and there's a new party member.
yeah, but if we can have all the party members, he would like to have them, so I would prefer to try at least.
Yeah.
I figured as much.
So, for those that passed, kind of rifling around the building you're in, you do find what appears to be a. It's really old, but it appears to be some sort of hastily dug out tunnel going down into the below the street level.
Why am I tired? My character should be the one that's tired.
Called method acting.
Well, Pyre's kind of like looking at the hole, looking outside, seeing all the zombies around. Well, better than being on the street. And starts going into the hole.
Oh, but is that a really good idea?
Pyre pokes her head back in. Well, you see any other options?
Oh, we can sit
You
here
know.
and take pot shots and hope that eventually we figure out how to kill them.
I'm going to start climbing down right after he says that. Or right, yeah.
So, as you, I'm assuming everybody's gonna head down.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah.
I don't see any issues.
As you head down, you notice that it looks that like the previous occupants of this building back before the war had essentially chipped this out with less than ideal tools. You do come across several broken spoons that look like they are from before the war.
Wait, did you say spoons?
Yes.
Spoon.
Okay.
Yeah,
Whoever-
prison break here.
Whoever was making this tunnel was trying to make it in secret and decided that buying tools was a bad idea. Whether that was the intelligent way to do this or not, who knows? As you guys continue through
And-
the... Go ahead. What do you want?
Can I inspect one of the spoons?
Sure, they're old world spoons of a very poor quality that have been broken because of use for chipping rock, and at this point they're all broken.
Are any of them made of tin, like the one I have from forever ago?
No tin spoons.
Damn.
They seem to be
Alright, drop and carry on.
of a higher quality than that.
At least they went for somewhat.
There's no higher quality than tin.
So, as you continue down the tunnel, they did a pretty decent job. But you're starting to wonder how before the war this tunnel was made. Because other than the occasional broken utensil, you see no sign of other tools being used. Like the marks don't ever get wider than a spoon or a small knife. Is anybody carrying a light?
Yes.
Every-
Yes.
I have a flashlight.
I have a
pretty sure
lantern.
I have a light, I'm just not sure. Where is that? I may not have a light.
Okay, so I'm assuming that you are letting the flashlight holder go first.
Yes.
Well, we have someone with
Yeah.
Wait, did someone say a torch?
A
Or a
lantern.
lamp? Yeah, lantern, right? My flashlight is only 1 yard. So,
I could use Gizmo to probably pull out a light.
I would allow that, yes.
Finally, I get to use Gizmo. Okay. I have
God
a
damn
light
it.
now.
So, am I going first then, or is the lantern holder?
Yeah, let the new guy go first.
Yeah,
Alright.
I don't see any issues with that.
I will start walking ahead of everyone without noticing that I'm walking ahead of everyone.
So as you continue, you find the skeletal remains of what appears to have been an earth pony. There is what looks like some sort of tablet clutched in the skeleton's bony arms.
Stone tablet?
No, electronic.
Oh. I'm going to pick up the tablet and try to see if I can turn it on.
Surprisingly, it does sputter to life, though it does appear that it is on its last leg, battery-wise. So whatever you're looking for, you need to find it quickly.
I actually use my gizmo. Can I use gizmo and pull out an extra battery pack?
No.
Damn
Didn't
it.
work the last time I tried to do that either. But I do have one high-tech battery. It was for a stealth battle suit originally.
I'm assuming that wouldn't work because it's not small enough, right?
You would have to find a way to connect it, because the battery for that's not going to have the same kind of wiring as, a wall socket to plug in. You don't have a charging cable.
Yeah, I could wire it in. It would just take a little bit, and I may or may not break something.
But
I got rid of my wires, but I do have metal scrap.
Well, first things first. I'm gonna look at. I'm gonna hold the tablet in my hooves and say, turn to the party. I found this. I think I might be able to see what I don't know, maybe happened here or something. I don't know. And then can I roll computer operation to see if I can find any relevant information?
Yes. So as you sift through the information on the tablet, it basically the general gist of what you get is that whoever this was a pre-war spy for the FPC, and it seems that whenever the war kicked off and the Crystal Empire shut its borders, they were found out and injured, and their last attempt at a transmission was trying to get the FPC to come and extract them.
Okay. I'm gonna slowly look up at everyone. So, at whoever this belonged to died. They were some sort of spy, I think, and yeah, they didn't make it.
Looks at corpse literally at your feet.
Bruh.
Oh no, shame.
Whoever this belonged to, the corpse you literally dragged it from the hooves of.
Yeah, they died.
Is an obviously been a corpse for quite a long time.
Am I able to find anything else out on there? Like,
Not of any immediate use. Most of it is just logging daily routines of the royalty in the area. It does mention 2 alicorns and a unicorn, as well as occasionally mentioning someone by the name of Sunburst, who is noted to be not a royal, but a confidant of the royals that seems to more and more frequently be leaving the Crystal Empire to help with things in the Equestrian monarchy.
okay, I'm going to briefly look over that then and turn the tablet off without telling anyone, because I don't think my character would think that that's very important right now. And then I'm going to put the tablet in my pack.
Not to mention that your character basically still doesn't really understand what an alicorn is.
She doesn't believe in alicorns, but
Exactly.
yeah.
So you don't really understand the significance of 2 alicorns being in the area.
Yeah, it's fine, you know. Alicorns are just myths.
But
So, Gear, did you find anything interesting?
Nothing really important. But we should keep moving so those things don't find us.
Fair.
so as you guys
Lead
continue,
on ahead.
as you guys continue down the tunnel, you eventually come to a point where the tunnel angles back up, and there is what appears to be like some sort of makeshift attempt at hiding the door to it. It is very heavily rotted and barely covering, so it's just pretty easy to just kick over as you guys come out into what appears to be just like an absolutely gorgeously designed courtyard area. It's very odd though, because the courtyard area is, rather than being the front of the palace, underneath the palace, as the palace almost appears to be on stilts. An odd design choice, but it did get you to the center of the city.
Oh, this is pretty. She
Boy.
pulls out her pistol.
Yeah, Ivory will ready a shotgun just in case.
So
Which direction are we picking?
Anybody see a door?
as you guys are looking around, you do see the occasional bumbling corpse just kind of shuffling about. They don't seem to have noticed you. And you also notice that each leg of the castle houses a door with stairs leading up inside. Two of them have been destroyed to the point that they are impassable. One is still barricaded, but one looks freshly cleared. There's
Well.
also scorch marks and burnt corpses laying about it.
Wanna bet we possibly found what we're looking for?
I'd put a couple bits on it.
I'm gonna start wandering towards the door, or not the door, but towards the legs.
But there's 4 legs supporting the building, and each one has a door in it, 3 of which are blocked, and 1 of which has been opened up.
Okay. You said those were where the ladders are, right? Or are the
The
ladders
stairs.
on the stairs, right? I'm going to go toward the one that was that I think you said opened.
Yes,
Damn, my memory is horrible.
it has been unblocked.
I will go toward that one and say, this could be the way out. We should go.
Well, at least the way in. Pyre kind of walks up and pulls her tail a little bit.
There could also. Well, when you do that, I'm gonna look back and say that
You-
there could be something.
Rapid, you're in an open space at the moment.
Oh, we are.
Yeah.
There could be something ancient in there that we might need to. That could be interesting.
I want to go touch it! I want to go touch it!
Well, we're definitely gonna check it out. No ifs, ands, or buts about that. But you really want to go first? You know, FBC, lasers, armor.
Well, I guess not. That might be better if I don't. You can go though.
That was kind of my intent.
It's like, I'll let you get shot first.
Kind of when she reaches the door, she kind of very carefully pokes her head in and takes a look around.
There are stairs.
Alright. Well, let's be careful. Never know what kind of traps they set.
Also, welcome, Nez.
Hey, sorry, my reminder didn't go off.
We
Hate
have our
that.
Get back.
You're good. I'ma follow in behind Pyre.
Okay. So everybody's heading up the stairs, right?
Yeah.
Ice, Nez.
Yes.
I don't know what's going on yet, so I'll just follow.
Okay. So as you head up the spiral staircase into the palace, the area is fairly tight for a little while until you come into like the main type of like foyer kind of area, where it opens up quite a bit. There's signs of combat here as well, so it looks like they decided not to barricade themselves here. From here, there's quite a few places to go. Most of them look like they aren't going to lead to much, though there is a very large pair of double doors that is ever so slightly ajar.
Fire starts heading for the doors while kind of keeping a lookout. And if anyone wants to look around, I'll take a look through the door real quick.
I'm not actually. Wait, what was in our surroundings again? Nameless.
So you're in a like foyer type area. So there's several entrances. There's signs of combat, but like no signs of anything alive at the moment. And the most striking feature is a pair of massive double doors that are ever so slightly ajar.
Okay.
Is this
I'm.
recent combat or like pretty old?
Recent
I can't
combat.
tell. Okay.
But there is also a mix of much older combat signs, including some long since deceased corpses that are either missing heads or have large holes in their skulls.
Right.
Long since deceased.
My rifle just in case.
Yeah, I'm going to follow Ire.
Yeah,
So I'm
no,
gonna-
she's not.
Average gonna be
Who
by.
who has Curious right now?
Me.
Both.
Rapid does.
I think everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, rapid and gear.
Everybody that has Curious needs to roll it, because I'm sorry, that set of doors is going to be enough to make anybody want to go. I'm gonna go touch it. I'm gonna go touch it.
Well,
Ah!
Pyre already
Wow.
more or less said that she was going to go over there and poke her head into the next room and told everyone to look around.
So, as you guys make your way to this set of doors, you peek inside, and the general darkness outside, because despite it being daytime, the cloud cover makes it quite difficult to see. When you look through the door, you can barely make out what's at the far end of the room. It does appear to be some sort of throne room, and what appears to be a throne at the far end. It is difficult to make out what is on the throne, but there is indeed something there, and it is framed by the massive window on the far side of the room in such a way that it is very difficult to tell.
Is it dark in there?
Yes and no. It's not well lit, but there is light coming from the window.
Is there a slight amount of light on towards the throne?
All of the light is coming from behind the throne.
Okay.
So we see that there is something on the throne. We just don't know what.
Yes.
We were going to go and find out what's
And-
on the throne.
Not
Do I
gonna
have-
even roll curious. He's gonna go in and take a look.
Oh, okay. Well, that works. I was just gonna see it from afar, but okay.
If you were thinking that you might not go in to check the throne for any reason, and you have curious, you will need to roll curious to resist.
Okay, let me roll. Let me roll curious too. You know, I'm just gonna indulge. Let me treat myself. I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm gonna get curious.
Ivory is gonna stay back and try to hide, seeing all the curious people go forward. He's like, I am immediately not liking this, and he's gonna pull out his pistol instead for the range.
He's sitting there like, I'm gonna be the only survivor, aren't I?
He is constantly trying to find a place to have cover, and he's pointing his pistol towards the throne, just kind of like, this is not going to end well.
Yeah. Now I do have both careful and curious, so I'm approaching carefully.
Fancy.
He's curiously approaching carefully.
So,
The fun-
I am curious, but carefully poking the bomb.
Yes.
Nez, what are you doing?
I guess I take point with Ivory.
Ivory not taking point, he is staying back.
Yeah, I don't know what that means then. I
You're hanging out with the
opposite
smart
side.
one.
Yeah, unless you're going with...
So, Nez, do me a favor and roll perception.
Alright.
You did enter the room with the rest of them, because I believe Ivory did as well.
Yeah.
So, Nez, I need you to roll me a fright check.
God damn it.
Oh no.
You're able to hold it together with what you see, but what's sitting on the throne, and this is only for Nez, by the way. Only Nez is seeing this. What's sitting on the throne can only be described as parts of an alicorn. You only know it's parts of an alicorn because there's at least one wing, and the horn is, despite it being infused with large chunks of crystal, still attached to its skull, mostly. The portions of its body that are missing are replaced by roiling, indistinct energies. It's almost as if the alicorn had started to actively decay. Despite showing vague signs of life, there's the occasional bit of movement. And it was replacing its body with its own magic, where it lost body parts. And this one, because I believe, haven't you seen the shadow fire for this area, or this dimension?
Fire has.
Actually, Nez has
Ivory
not.
has.
Yeah, I didn't get to see visions or anything. I'm immune.
Okay, so this is the first time you'd be seeing an alicorn in this state.
I technically saw Elsa.
You mean,
This
the
is
frozen part?
Cadence.
Yeah, is this... Wait,
this is different.
Elsa.
This is different.
Fair enough, yeah.
But
Regardless, I'm gonna say what I was gonna say. Guys, what are you doing?
for the rest of the group, as your eyes adjust as you approach, there is a pristine pink alicorn sitting on the throne. Occasionally, she will spout out a random line that almost sounds like gibberish to you, but you start to realize that she is giving some sort of order for a status report, but it sounds oddly distorted. you're listening to somebody else speak from a distance.
I'm gonna get a tiny bit closer. What did she say? I could have sworn she said something about I think report something. Pyre, what's going on?
Nameless, since Ivory has paranoid and this sounds like very weird coming out, can Ivory try and like figure out what's wrong, like perception or something like that?
You can roll a perception, and I will give you whatever information that will give you.
Alright.
So
12.
you are able to like understand a little of what she's saying. It sounds like she is asking for this state of Equestria and especially her sister-in-law. And for the most part, that seems to be the majority of what she's saying. Like, it'll come out occasionally backwards or garbled up, but it's sounding more and more like she's not actually speaking. Roll me an intelligence check.
Let's go 13 intelligence.
So this
7.
is either some really advanced technology from the FPC, or the Equestrian monarchy had someone that made her useless, for lack of a better way to say it.
Can Emerald hear her?
She has not said a single word for you.
That's what I thought.
The best that you're getting is sounds that could only be described as attempts at breathing, but only... It's like somebody is trying to breathe without lungs.
Ooh.
And that is the only sound coming from her for you, Emerald.
I think we should go.
I double that. Something isn't right here. I don't think whatever is on the throne is speaking to us.
It's speaking to you?
You don't hear it?
That's only half an alicorn.
And it's using magic to speak to us because Emerald can't hear it.
We must be dealing with a cognito hazard.
I have learned a new word. I will apply it to everything.
Everything is an incognito hazard until proven otherwise.
I mean, if half of its body is made up of magic, and I'm immune to magic, then I just can barely see it.
Yet if basically Emerald is seeing something we aren't, that's exactly what she's going to contribute it to.
Yeah.
For Emerald, the energies that's making up her body are very distinct. So it is enough energy that it would be able to hold itself together around you, but not comfortably. But I also would not recommend approaching, because who knows what kind of mental state this thing is in.
Yeah, to me, it's just slowly moving and breathing. I do not want to get close to it. Those are not necessarily signs of sapience.
I'm still slowly getting closer to it.
Hold up.
What's wrong?
Here, you may not want to.
Emerald seeing something we aren't. Let's just say magic doesn't affect him the same way.
Nameless, do I still believe in magic?
Yes, you still believe in magic. Honestly, I would have told you to get manophobia if it weren't for the fact that manophobia is not exactly like inbred. Like you can be around magic without being afraid of it, but
Okay.
it's
I just haven't seen
like
much
I-
of it.
racially speaking, you hate and distrust all magic as a Tech Knight.
Okay.
It just doesn't
So,
scare you.
I'm going to start backing away. If it's the magic, yeah, let's go then.
Pyre's like kind of slowly backing out before she leans over to Emerald. Think there's anything we can do?
What do you think we could do?
Well, other than mercy kill, but not sure that'd be a wise idea given everything we've seen. Not to mention, where'd the FPC go? They came in here and then that.
Well, to answer in order, if we were to mercy kill it, first, why? Second, wouldn't it retaliate? And third, I'm not sure it's alive. Maybe
Well-
barely.
Well, third would probably be the main reason why. One would be the second. But, yeah, definitely fearing the second.
I mean, that's a lot of magic for. Yeah, I just don't want to risk that.
Right. Are there
So,
any other entrances or
for-
exits to the room?
For Emerald, I would like you to roll. I believe you have a baseline magic skill, right?
I do.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll that for me.
Okay.
Nice.
I'm glad I got good at that.
I didn't know you got good at that. So,
Been spending a lot of time
kindergarten
around
beta.
Nicola.
but as you were kind of looking at it, something seems a little off. One, to answer the question of what would happen if you tried to kill it, if this is acting as essentially a magical construct at this point, it might detonate like a bomb. And given what you have heard about and seen of alicorns thus far, you don't want to be there for the release of energy that would happen. And then, as for that strange feeling, something about this area feels a little off in a way that also feels vaguely familiar. You remember hearing something about this thing called a ward at one point during school, but you don't quite remember what would be like applicable here. Roll me a perception.
Alright.
You also notice that around the throne, because now that you've like gotten a good eyeful of what's on the throne, you notice around the throne somebody has etched what appears to be some sort of spell circle around it.
Yeah, I don't think we should touch that. She might literally explode. And I don't know what that circle's doing.
For the rest of the group, you do not see a spell circle.
What circle?
I
Yeah.
vaguely gesture around the alicorn. Like it's on the floor.
Pyre's.
We're not seeing anything.
Yeah, Pyre's just kind of like staring where you're pointing. Not seeing it. Something you're seeing.
Nebula cocks her head to one side and kind of muses out loud that she wonders what it was for.
Emerald shrugs. I don't know. I just said that.
Well, given last time we were dealing with that kind of magic, let's just see if we can skirt around, see what else we can find.
She kind of rubs her chin as you say that and says that she wonders if it's what the thing in Canterlot was she was told about.
Wait, what about Canterlot?
She points at Doc and says that he's been inside.
Yeah.
For everybody else, that's an impossibility, as far as you're aware.
Yeah, I think he mentioned something about being inside. I think that's where he said Twilight was.
I mean, we were there, but even I couldn't have gotten in if I tried.
That's a lie, right?
Pyre kind of looks over. Oh, you sweet summer child.
Honestly, at this point, I believe that if it involves Doc and doing something impossible, it's likely real.
Well,
Yeah,
Oh.
I'll trust he at least thinks he went in there, but like, I wouldn't 100% doubt it.
well, given everyone we've met since traveling with them, I believe just about anything at this point. And if it's something for Canterlot, my guess is it's probably a shield.
Taking backing off the thaumatology, Nez, that doesn't seem likely, because you can see shields. You can't see whatever's happening here.
Yeah. I don't see any kind of shield.
Alright. It's not a shield. Kind of looks over to Nebula. Wouldn't happen to have any guesses.
She shakes her head and tells you that magic was never really her forte as far as she can remember.
Right. How far out does it reach?
It is at most 6 inches away from the throne.
Okay, what about to the wall?
It is at most 6 inches away from the throne. And this is information for Nez.
Yeah.
So it's literally like a long corridor with a throne at the end?
Oh, you're talking about the room?
Yeah, I'm talking about the room.
We were just talking about a spell circle. You need to specify you're talking about the room, damn it.
Sorry.
The room is massive. It is like 150 feet wide and roughly about, I'd say, 400 feet long.
Okay. With that, Pyre's gonna kind of look at Emerald. Alright, so probably can't do anything about that right now. So let's skirt around it and see what else is going on.
There are a couple of doors that lead out of the throne room that appear to be like servant doors, but other than that, and the main door that you guys came through, there isn't really much in here other than her.
Alright, any sign that any of the doors were used?
And not for centuries.
Alright. They came in here. Where the hell did they go?
I never said they came in here. I said the door was ajar.
Oh,
We peeked in, saw what was happening, and ran. Speaking of, we haven't checked on the thingamadoober on the throne in a hot minute. They just sitting there still?
Yep. For as far as your senses
Wonderful.
can tell you, she is still attempting to receive a report of how her sister-in-law is doing.
Oh, right. When we got all the names, we didn't get descriptions of what they look like, right?
no, we don't.
Okay. Yeah.
Nameless. Can I pull out the tablet and turn it on and see if it has any information on the alicorn?
Yep, and roll the computer operation at a -2.
-2?
Oh, you took the tablet?
Yeah.
He has a
tablet.
he has a different tablet.
Okay.
Fuck. That -2 did me in.
You did find something that might give you more information, but the tablet dies before that is accessible.
Damn it.
I see Garagrius pull out a tablet, and I think that's a good idea, so I pull out mine, but I don't have computer operation. I just try and look.
Yeah, at least we had the password for that one.
Oh no.
Yeah.
It died. Does anyone have a battery pack or something?
Not sure anything we got would fit it.
Well, I'm all out of ideas.
So, Nez,
Pyre,
for you
Okay.
aren't able to find anything that specifically references this area on your tablet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got nothing on this one.
yeah, Pyre
Here,
kind of looks over to Ivory. Think that tablet's FPC?
Ooh. Perhaps.
oh wait, Nameless. What kind of battery does this tablet take?
I don't know what a standard battery for a tablet like that would be.
Is
So-
it a small flat one or a really big one?
It'd be a small flat one. It's a tablet, not a
Can I use
TV.
Gizmo?
I've got a better question. Is it a replaceable battery situation or a charger situation?
Charger situation. And
Never mind then.
even with Gizmo, it's above your tech level.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Damn it.
I believe
Alright.
that technically speaking, this kind of electronic gets up into 7 and 8.
Yeah, that would make sense.
So, what's Ivory's response?
Well, it's dead, yes.
Well, that's not what I asked. I asked if it's FPC tech.
Oh, he said it might be. Does the tablet look particularly FPC, or is it just another advanced tablet?
I'm going to point out that with your understanding of the world, if it is old world and not magical, then it is FPC.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Alright.
Yes, that would be FPC tech.
Alright. Well, given what our plans are, we're likely gonna find some way to fix it.
Perhaps we can find a charger on a dead corpse.
Yeah, there's always that. I mean, definitely want to take a closer look at those suits if we can find them.
So,
Absolutely.
I believe, Ice, you said you had a battery.
I was
Um,
waiting for him to bring it up.
If you wanted to try and charge it off of that,
I just realized I've been muted. I have tried to suggest that multiple times.
God damn it, Ice. God
Yeah.
damn it.
if you
I
wanted
should-
to
you need
use
to
that,
get.
you would need to roll some sort of electronics repair or something
Yeah.
to that effect.
Oh, I actually have
Yeah, I
one.
can do that.
I
I have
can
electronics
help
repair
with that.
and electrician.
Bet.
Well,
So-
if
I
we're
also
gonna
have electrician.
And I
Well-
do too.
if we're gonna do
Help.
anything, let's not do it in the room filled with magic. And
Yeah,
she starts heading for the door.
I second
Good point.
that.
Ivory will follow.
Once Pyre gets to the door, she stops, turns around, motions for everyone to go through, and she kind of starts doing her burial rites. Well,
Burial rights.
don't know if she's alive or dead. Might as well get this over with.
Emerald casts one last glance at the throne before leaving.
I think we should do whatever we want to do before attempting anything, just in case one isn't enough.
the singular remaining eye that the Alicorn has watches as you guys leave. For you, Nez,
Got it.
it does seem that it is aware enough to be able to watch movement. Doesn't necessarily mean that it's fully sapient, but it is at the very least vaguely sentient, maybe?
It can at least watch us.
It responds to stimuli, we'll say that. His movement is a visual stimulus. Or at least I would consider it.
Yeah, you gonna tell Pyre that?
Yes.
Emerald was the only one who saw that.
It could also.
I was referring to what Nameless said.
I'm also going to be leaving the room.
Yes, I will leave.
Okay.
I don't think I'm going to say that I saw that because we were leaving anyways.
Man. No, once Pyre finishes the rites, she's kind of starts walking out and looks back. Wonder which one of you were before leaving.
Okay. So who's rolling the electronics repair? The battery belongs to
You know,
Rapid.
Could we
I'm going to.
collaboratively like?
I was just going to take
down,
over.
I guess I don't know.
so
Well, I have the best tools, so
holy
Yeah, but I
shit.
have.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, I'm good with tech. I can do it.
What was that, Nameless?
Scared the
Oh.
crap out of me. My wallpaper engine decided to kick in with music at max volume. What was being said? What was the question?
Oh, we're arguing who gets to do it.
yeah,
So-
and whether we can collaborate.
You
Yeah.
can collaborate. I don't remember how helping works for sure. So what I'm gonna do is for everyone that rolls to help, you get to add a +1 if you pass.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and roll within.
Yeah,
But
That'll help.
and I will help. Where is that? There it is.
yeah,
Okay.
my rolls are
So-
just not good
Oh,
today.
with those
I think we
rolls, it
actually
made it.
saved-
Yep, that saved it.
Yeah, and we're using my tools, so
Yeah.
no penalty for not having what we need.
Yeah, I would take a 2 penalty
Yeah.
or -2 to quality.
So
I also have electrician tools.
you are able to get to a point that you can charge the battery, and because it is hooked up to a larger battery now, it is able to be turned on. However, the file that you are trying to get into requires computer hacking.
I got it.
Oh, hey, I have computer hack.
Oh, do you want to try hacking it then?
What's your skill
Pretty high.
for hacking? What's pretty high?
Over 15.
Oh, shit. Okay, I'll help you.
Okay,
Yeah, I think you made it.
so
Made by 10, basically.
Just had to make sure.
it is a pretty tough encryption to crack, but you are able to eventually break into the file, and it is a log of some of the observations of the spy that you guys found. And again, it notes a lot of the goings on of the area, but this has a lot more sensitive information in it. The one of the major things that is noted is that a agent of Silver Tongues visited the palace, and the spy from the FBC notes that they drew some unknown spell circle around the throne, and whenever they refer to the Alicorn as Princess Cadence, whenever she sits on the throne, the agent then monologues at a now frozen Cadence, who is spouting random lines that sound vaguely appropriate but somehow not quite to what is being said to her. He notes that based off of what little he could understand of the magical jargon, that the spell is a very complex one that uses the energy of the thing trapped inside it to power itself, and essentially all that they are going to see is her going about her daily routine and talking and doing everything they expect her to do, but in reality she's going to be permanently stuck on the throne. It also references that Twilight appears to be in a similar situation, according to the agent.
Okay.
Ivory is going to feed all of this, especially mentioning Silver Tongue.
Fire Browns. That bastard again. Well, did you give us all the information here?
I was assuming that we all were just like gathered around, you know, like a campfire or something.
Okay, just making sure. Well, that'd be Silver Tongue, the traitor
Ivory
there.
said everything.
We'll have to ask Doc about Twilight. But,
So this mentions that Twilight would be in a similar state. And it mentions that it basically feedback loop traps them. So now I'm wondering what happens if we disturb the circle.
So, Nez, if you would like, you can roll a thaumatology to hazard a guess.
I wouldn't recommend it regardless.
So,
Made it.
based off of your limited knowledge, if it is essentially a self-contained circuit, it might explode. But you're starting to notice a general pattern with what you were taught. Everything seems to explode when you touch it.
Yeah, I already knew that.
There is a vague possibility that if done properly, you might be able to make it not explode, but you don't know if that's actually true or not. You just remember somebody trying to be smart and say that they could make it not explode.
Yeah. As a general rule of thumb, I wouldn't recommend touching magic you don't know what do. It tends to explode a lot.
I will say I don't want to explode. So, maybe we find another way to do this.
Yeah, I
if we
agree. I don't want to explode again.
What? Again? Never mind.
It- It's complicated.
Right. What are we going to be? What are we going to do? Because do we need to go in that room, or can we just like leave?
Well, for now,
Ivory seems like particularly like inwardly thinking like he is not paying attention right now.
well, right at the moment, I don't think so. If you say we need that messing with it would cause it to explode, yeah, we're not gonna touch it. But she kind of just sighs.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be kind of hard to find an agent to Silvertongue that probably isn't some monstrosity.
Why was I about to ask, Nameless? Can I roll thinking?
Can I roll to think?
I mean, generally that's an intelligence roll.
Yeah. I think there's like
Great, I have 13 in
actual,
intelligence.
like skill or something that you can roll for.
I got you.
Here, think for me.
Well, there is like common sense.
Yeah, there's that too. And like meditation, you can posit a moral quandary and ask the DM for advice.
I don't think we
You
have
just
any of
reminded me
that.
of something. Thanks.
You're welcome.
So
Nameless.
what's up?
Ivory, who is completely not invested in this conversation right now, remembers that he is an oracle. He would like to oracle in front of the Alicorn. He'd like to walk back into the room, ignoring everyone. Close enough to not step into the circle.
Emerald, not sure
He'll
what
be
Ivory's
outside of the
doing,
circle.
follows like a few paces behind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'll get his cloak back and everything, and he is going to redraw his cloak and get out all of his tools and stuff, and he's like, I've mentally left this, but
It's always
I
frightening.
need something.
It's always
Yeah.
frightening when you hear the DM rolling dice in the background.
Yeah. Pyre
Mhm.
sees that he's donned his cloak and moved in. She immediately follows, but stays at the door.
Yeah, he is doing the full like oracle ritual and stuff. So he has all of his tools and everything laid out, and he is like mumbling to himself and stuff like that.
Hey,
He has let his hair down.
somebody do me a favor and look up Oracle again, because this has been a really long time since he's
I got
tried
you.
this.
Is it a skill or a trait?
Yes.
Yes.
It's a trick. I got you. I have GCS open.
Protocol 15.
Can this please
Oracle.
open? Thank you.
You said it was a trait?
Oracle, you are sensitive to omens and see hidden significance in such things, the way plants grow, behavior of animals. Once per day, you may check the omens. This normally requires at least an hour, but if the GM has something in particular he wants to communicate, he may arbitrarily put it in your path. Rolls twice in secret when you use this ability, once to determine whether you discover it, and once to see if you interpret it correctly. To detect an omen, require a sense roll. On success, you discover the omen. On a critical success, you get +5 on the subsequent interpretation roll. On a failure, you find nothing of oracle significance. On a critical failure, the GM lies. He tells you that you have found an omen, but this is in reality a product of your own fears or wishes. Interpretation. To interpret an omen requires an IQ roll. On success, the omen is very general. An enemy approaches or a great power long dormant is stirring. On a critical success, information more specific. You risk the wrath of a king, seek out the mage in the tower, etc. On a failure, the omen is simply too vague to be useful. On a critical failure, you can blatantly misinterpret the omen, possibly in a dangerous manner.
Oh, okay. So
This
is
ability differs from precognition.
So this is basically just let's check our quest to do this.
This is, reading the signs and stuff.
I dropped the dice. Where'd it go?
Yeah. It's
Nice, it's
basically asking the universe for a sign.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. While he does his pulls out his Paul's menu and looks at his quest.
Yeah. I'm looking at the quest log real quick. Hold on, guys.
Pretty much.
I'm rereading the quest
Okay.
description just in case.
Okay. Well, this is interesting.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought that was. Okay.
Oh no. Or oh yeah.
Out of curiosity, what made you want to seek this omen?
So Ivory right now seeing a similar situation to basically they have a trapped alicorn who effectively is at their mercy. But he doesn't want to do he doesn't want to fail like they did with Lady of Ashes. And so he is seeking help from the signs.
Your omen tells you that you are destined to save her.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck.
That's exactly
Fuck
the
yeah.
confidence boost he needed, I think.
Absolutely. I think my mic cut out a little bit, but he said fuck yeah.
I feel the way that Nameless delivered that line. Oh fuck.
It's fine. Probably.
Probably.
Is that it? Do I get anything else?
No.
Fuck.
What did you expect? Me to give you the answer on how?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely not. It's an omen, not a
I know.
fucking cheat sheet.
Yeah, it said it can be specific. I was hoping for the most specific.
Well, if you want more specific omens, you should probably get tarot cards.
What?
I mean,
Should probably get precognition.
You could ask Nebula.
Yeah, Nebula might know.
You know, the one that's
Oh, yeah.
proven to be unreliable at best.
Well,
Well, she can
Ivory's
at least
desperate.
see things.
Ivory will ask for Nebula to come join him for a moment.
While you do that, we're changing your delusion.
Oh,
Yay.
oh, okay. Oh,
maybe you shouldn't have done that, Oracle.
Well, damn.
what
Yep.
is that my new delusion?
Your new delusion is you will be the savior of the Alicorns. Because they all seem to be in really terrible situations. And your delusion has been just kind of... You can't father a god engine anymore. You're not really following that faith.
He's been just kind of worthless.
That is honestly a really fair delusion to gain.
Mm-hmm.
This dude tried to actually cheat the system. He thought he was getting the good ending, but now he's in the bad one.
No, so he was currently in the bad, and his delusion had been set to worthless.
Yeah.
But you are now convinced that you will be the savior of the Alicorns. You specifically.
Yeah.
Let's
That pairs really well with his current fanaticism, which is of old Equestria. Because of Sanctuary.
So you just did a complete 180, and now you're on the other side of the war now.
Yeah, he is completely 180'd. Wonderful.
That Oracle must have been some good stuff.
Ivory has gained title, Prophet of the Old Gods.
Well, I've been titleless since, so yeah, that's a new one.
So, you gesture Nebula over, and she steps closer, looking curious but staying quiet.
Ivory is basically whispering to her at this point. And he's just kind of like very. It's like when you have a million questions and you want to ask them all at the same time, so you go really fast. Basically, he's trying to find any and all angles to free her. And stuff like that, like, what do you see? What do you feel? You're magically attuned. I'm not, etc., etc.
She seems a little overwhelmed by the sudden onslaught of questions, and she tells you to slow down, and she's not quite catching what you want.
Okay. He'll take like a really deep breath, and he'll start like doing the questions over again, but like slower. Like he'll start to speed up, and then he like slows back down.
She kind of just shakes her head and says that if she had formal training in magic, she can't remember it, and that it's not really something she's very well versed in. So, one of the things that you can do right now is that you can attempt to roll a intelligence check to see if you can like start to put together some information that might be of use out of what you have so far.
Okay. Okay, yeah, I'll try that.
So
Yes.
once she essentially tells you to stop bombarding her, You take a moment to think, and you start to think about what you were told about this spell. If the vague understanding of the individual that documented her plight is to be understood, it has two functions. It keeps her trapped, and on top of that, it doesn't allow anybody to see what's actually happening. They see an illusion.
Mm-hmm.
It also uses her as a battery.
Yeah.
Now, you're not a magician, or, well, none of you are magically inclined, really. But that does sound like something you are familiar with.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I feel like you are
the
not.
engines.
I feel like
The
you
engines.
are not You are not connecting the dots that I am trying to draw. You are going way too complex. Go simpler.
The batteries, electronics, electrician.
Okay, and what is this usually called?
A feedback loop?
Not the term I'm looking for.
She's been used as a battery to fuel itself, keeping her trapped.
It's a kind of a simple electricity related term. Normally, when you have something powered, it's called a. It is not open. It's a.
Closed circuit.
There we go. So
Yeah.
you have essentially a closed circuit of energy. Given the state of the message that it is babbling out, it's not doing so well, so there is a weak spot somewhere in the circuit, is the assumption.
Mm-hmm.
So essentially think of it as the light bulb going out.
Yeah. So we just gotta find the weak spot.
Now, you can't see the circuit, but you do have somebody who can.
Everybody's going to take a few steps back, motioning Nebula to follow him, and then call over Emerald.
I'm not standing
Far enough away that okay. So he's like, so he conveys that to Emerald, and he's like, I think I have an idea. So she's being used as a battery to trap herself. It's a singular circuit in closing itself off. But from what the message said, she was supposed to seem normal, but she's babbling now. So that means there's something wrong, likely with the circuit, which means there's a weak spot. So we need to find the weak spot, and then we can exploit it to break the circuit.
Emerald, if you would like, you can roll thaumatology to see if anything you've been taught would make this make sense.
I was going to ask if I understand the like technology terms.
You can roll intelligence if you want, or like have him explain it better.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not gonna explain I'm not gonna ask him to actually explain what a circuit is, because I know what that is. But I'm just gonna say I asked that in character. Now I'm rolling thaumatology.
Yeah, Ivory will explain it. He has teaching too. Also, since Nebula is with us and is by Emerald and is under Emerald's effect, does she begin to remember anything?
No.
I was here the
damn.
whole time.
I was hoping for that.
Sheila.
So, Emerald, your magic school was not really spell circle-y, but given that you've seen circuit boards and you listened to the description with the wires and everything, so maybe the circle could do that. That might be why they draw circles. But like, magic explodes when you touch it.
I mean, that might be what's happening. I don't think I can do anything about that.
What we really don't want, or maybe we do want, is the magical equivalent of a fuse popping. But how to do that without destroying the entire system itself, that is the issue.
I look around. Is like the circle like connected to anything, or are there like any other runes?
So, the outside of the circle is broken up by smaller circles around it. Each one holding a different complex rune. And there's a number... They number 7 in total. And looking at them, it does appear that one of them is starting to look ever so slightly worn out. Like somebody came by and scuffed it. But given that it's been etched into the floor, it seems a bit odd that it looks that way.
I stare at the scuffed rune and I like take a step closer.
The runes all around the circle seem to glow a bit as you approach.
I'm not gonna get too close. When they do that, I take a step back. That
Here you
I
go.
point at the rune. Can you see that on the floor?
Ivory, you
will
cannot.
walk over. No, I can't.
Well, there's a bunch of runes, and that one is messed up already.
Do I feel anything while like I'm this close? Like, is there some like difference in the air?
No.
Okay.
Fire's kind of curious, kind of walks over. What you guys on about?
Ivory's going to explain the whole circle method and that we found a scuffed one. Or circuit method.
Interesting.
Ivory's going to slip the crowbar out of his set and just kind of like holding it at the very end, just kind of slip it forward. And he's going to be like, tell me when it enters the like outer edge of the circle. And he's just very slowly pushing it forward.
Okay, a little more, almost now.
Okay, he stops. Does anything happen to the crowbar?
Nope.
Okay. He's going to take a very small step forward, give himself more reach, and keep pushing it forward. And he's like, tell me when the crowbar is over one of the scuffed runes.
I believe there was only one. A little to the right. No, not that far. A little back left.
Yeah.
Now you're going too far forward. Pull it back a bit. Right. That's
Okay.
That's about
Okay.
it.
Alright. you may want to step back, just in case.
Are there any like big pillars in the room?
Several. And they line the sides of the room.
I run over and like take cover behind one.
Yeah,
Nebula
Ivory's
does
going
the
to
same.
repeat. Yeah, Ivory's going to repeat loudly, take cover!
Yeah, before Pyre leaves, she comes up, kind of puts her hoof on his shoulder and kind of whispers in his ear, "I believe in you," and then runs over to the pillar.
I misheard that and took that as I'm leaving you.
So, roll strength.
Yeah, once everyone is safe, he's gonna try and hit it. Fuck. Ding.
It sparks against the floor, but nothing happens.
He tries again. Fuck.
You accidentally drop the crowbar.
Can I reach it?
Yes.
He will grab it and try again. Just made it.
So, you manage to chip the floor, which causes the entire area in front of you around the throne to start to waver. It looks like it's going to take a bit more to undo what's been done here. Roll strength again.
I mean, to be fair, until you broke it, it looked like you were just hitting the floor to you.
Yeah. He's going to like look up at the Alicorn and just kind of mutter, "I'm going to save you," and he's going to try and hit it again. Yeah.
So, with this renewed sense of purpose, you haul off and swing as hard as you can, and a large chunk of the floor comes out, breaking the rune that you can now see, and the illusion just kind of collapses, and you're face to face with the thing that is sitting on the throne that can only vaguely be described as an alicorn, as it kind of just collapses. Its body is... Decay is not quite the word for it. It looks like something has just peeled away the outside portions of its body, that it does not have internal organs, and it seems as if its magical energies are wearing what's left of itself as a skin.
Ugh.
Oh.
The portions of itself that are still there are also sprouting the same crystals that you have seen on many of the shambling corpses around. As it looks at you and it reaches out with a cloud of pink mystical energies, and you get this sensations of like gratitude and relief from it.
Mm-hmm.
And that is followed up by a bombardment of images and a questioning sensation. Like you feel like you have a question, but you know it's not you. You get images of a white unicorn with a blue mane, images of a purple alicorn, and images of individuals that you don't recognize rapid fire. You do spot one of Luna and Celestia, and one of the alicorn that you had led to the FPC. She seems concerned, as if she's trying to find out where they are.
Celestial Lady of Ash, she, we couldn't, we couldn't save her. And he's just starting to bawl, crying. We were trying to save Luna. We have, the Tantabus. We're searching for her, we're looking for her, we're coming for her. And then, gets to, Shadowfire, and he just kind of freezes, and he falls to like a whisper. He's like, I'm so sorry.
She queries again with the images of the purple alicorn and the white and blue unicorn.
I don't know their names. I haven't seen those. I don't know who they are. The thing said that Twilight was like her, right? The tablet?
So I don't believe you have descriptions of any of the names.
Yeah, but we have the list that said Twilight was a alicorn.
Yes, we do.
And
Not to
then
mention
Twilight
Doc told
mentioned
us.
it. Yeah, and then Twilight mentioned again. So he's like, we found a list with some names. There was, and then he's gonna remember the list and just kind of read off. Let me scroll back up to the list.
Yeah, Pyre will be slowly approaching from behind, but kind of stays a hoof length away.
Yeah. I'm just going to read off the list as I remember it. We found a document earlier that said someone named Twilight was just like your situation, trapped. The list, someone named Lena was put into Storm God. He's still active last we checked. Someone named Meadowbrook was Plague King. Someone named Tempest was Steel Rain. Someone named Starlight was Genesis. Rockhoof was Forgehammer. Shining Armor became Bastion.
With that, I need you to roll a will check.
Iron Will Ivory. Iron Will Ivory.
You are just onslaughted with a array of emotions everywhere, from anger and grief to relief, sorrow. She is just having a moment when you mentioned Shining Armor.
Okay.
Nebula
He's going to brace.
Does step forward while you are attempting to survive the emotional onslaught you just got hit with, and mentions that Twilight was freed from her situation, but is remaining in Canterlot. With her friends Applejack and Rainbow Dash.
Ivory will repeat that, just in case the connection is one-on-one. Through a strained voice, because he is bracing through the onslaught of emotion.
She does eventually collect herself to enough to start giving images of her in Shining Armor. She does share a little TMI, but you do eventually get the gist that she was married to him and they had a child. At which point she starts frantically flashing images of that child through your mind.
Okay.
Does
Do
the
I
child look
recognize?
like the cyber alicorn we saw?
Yeah.
Yes.
Fuck. She... I don't. She's been turned into a clockwork abomination. We met her and she's attempting to assimilate all living things as a way of preserving them in ice like statues. We barely made it out.
She seems to withdraw a bit as she is seems to be trying to like process what you just told her.
Pyre kind of like leans in and say, "Did you just say Frozen Heart was her daughter?"
Ivory looks over and nods. Yes,
Do I know
Or
any
her.
of these?
it seems to be.
Do I know any of the do I even know what they're talking about, Nameless?
No,
You can't
and
hear.
Right before you join the party.
you were basically watching them commune with an eldritch horror at this point.
Oh.
Yeah, roll a fright check.
A fright check?
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and get fright.
You
I'm
may not
surprised
have
haven't
mana-
seen anyone else roll that yet.
What's up?
Wait, hold on.
I'm surprised you haven't made anyone else roll fright checks yet because I had to.
Nah, it's fine. Okay, where's my fright check?
It'll be beneath your will.
Well,
Okay.
for
Yeah, it's a
Cold's
roll.
character, the fright check wouldn't be necessary because Spawn Hunter, and Rapid's kind of. So you are able to hold it together, mostly, sort
I've
of.
seen scarier.
You definitely haven't,
I'm not saying that in character.
but I think Rapid has seen similar things. Because if I remember correctly, Nez, you joined after Rapid.
Yes.
Yeah.
I believe the levels of seniority in the party are as follows: Doc, Rapid, Emerald, and then there's Ivory, Pyre, and then Gear Grease.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, was it that late in that? Well, Ivory's insane. That's why he didn't have to do a fright check.
Of course, the standard "I'm insane" argument.
Yeah.
Not only is he insane,
It's not hard
but
to
he
know
is-
if it's real.
this alicorn, as terrifying as it might look, is not as bad as Shadowfire.
No, I bet.
Yeah. And I'm not gonna say anything. I'll let you find out for yourself.
I'm
I
gonna
was gonna
point.
say more, but
So I'm going to point at it and at the horror because you said that's what I see right now, right?
Yeah, it went from weird-looking pony with horns and wings to floating nebulous cloud of magic wearing the skin of that pony, essentially. Well,
Okay.
what's left of it.
Ivory, what is that thing? It doesn't look friendly.
Ivory hasn't figured out the name of this one, right?
We read the name.
At this point,
We've read the name, but have we connected it to this?
At
is
this
what I'm
point,
asking.
by process of elimination, the fact that she's asking about ones that you do know about,
Mhm.
I would
Okay.
say that you have figured out that it is Cadence.
Okay. This is Alicorn Cadence,
Oh,
once a living god.
so that's what an alicorn looks like. Okay.
Pyre
I don't
kind of.
like them.
I don't think they're supposed to look like this, but this is where we're at now.
Pyre kind of looks over. Huh. Cadence wasn't on the list, but... Well, that thing we got the info from for the Alicorns was, a bit out there.
It was exclusively for the god engines, so
Yeah.
since she was never put into one, she was never logged as one. Same with Flurry Heart. Same with Twilight.
Nebula clears her throat and mentions that she was told that alicorns that look like this is because of the spell that was used for the trap that she was in. And that normally they don't look this patchwork.
Is there
Yeah.
a passive check that I can roll that's just basically me nodding in my head and saying, okay?
You could just say that you nod
I
your
think that
head.
could just be default, yeah.
Okay. Okay. I think I understand. Maybe.
She basically points out that they should look like what she looked like before the illusion was broken, but extenuating circumstances lead to the current appearance.
And oh, okay.
Are they going to be okay?
Nebula just kind of shrugs and says that she's no expert on this.
Well, given everything we read about the god engines, I'm pretty sure Silvertongue wasn't much better. Given he's responsible for this.
Silver Tongue. That's the guy that you guys are hunting then.
One of them.
Oh,
One of many.
oh, okay. Well, is there any way we can help the Alicorns? Like, get them back to who they were?
I think you just spoke blasphemy for what you.
Did I?
I mean,
Yeah.
given the character background for Geargrease, I would say that it's not an unreasonable thing to ask, because like it is there's hating magic, but there's just a level of just common empathy.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
If something is obviously miserable and suffering, you're not going to necessarily go out of your way to go, yeah, fuck that thing.
Fair enough.
When it comes to things like the mega spells, that would be something that I could see Geargrease going, yeah, fuck that. Yeah, they can stay there forever. But in this specific situation, the singular suffering of a individual would be enough to like kind of move past its magic related.
Plus, I just don't know how to make her be like a jerk. I really don't know how to do it. So yeah.
Yeah, she's a character that isn't meant to be a monster, or meant to be able to like move past something like this without feeling something. She's not Doc. She's not able to shut off emotions as easily, based off of character background and what I've talked to Wind about this character for.
Yeah.
So, even as a Tech Knight, the urge to help suffering creature,
Return.
so suffering seemingly some innocent creature, is greater than ew, fuck magic. So it is technically in character.
Still technically blasphemy though, but you know.
Oh, absolutely. Your tribe would string you up alive for it.
But that's fine.
The reaction of a group will be different than the reaction of individuals, and it will also differ looking at a group compared to looking at individuals. And given that the situation is somebody essentially took advantage of this alicorn, it's also going to change the way it's viewed by the person, because as far as your group is aware, she was just doing whatever she was doing, and then all of a sudden Silver Tongue swoops in and it turns her into a battery for a spell that made her watch as everybody around her died, and she couldn't talk to them or do anything about it.
Yeah.
Well, shiz.
I
I want to say this.
I
to
Even
was
I-
never saying that Gear wouldn't have compassion. I was just saying that what they were saying was blasphemy, and you agreed.
Yeah, it is blasphemy.
Yeah.
Definitely blasphemy.
Yeah, even Ivory's group would be like, oh, that's so extra. Just, kill them. Why make them suffer?
Mhm.
Damn.
Magic users. Ugh. Just kill them.
It would definitely-
If you make them suffer, they're still alive.
It would definitely be something that would be very useful if you were still propagandizing against the use of actual magic.
Yeah.
But for Ivory now, magic may turn into more of a useful tool than it was before.
Oh yeah, for Ivory right now, it's...
By the way,
Very
Crazy
complicated.
Joe has been gone for a while.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I kind of realized that because Crazy Joe had not reacted to any of this shit.
Oh, he reacted. He
But,
reacted a while ago.
You reacted.
Yeah, he's
well.
gone.
Ran.
Yeah. Fair. Ivory just hadn't noticed, because delusion.
Yeah, we'll find him under Doc's cart.
Yeah.
Pyre is just kind of like leaning in, whispering in. So, she's talking to you.
Ivory kind of roughly nods and he's like, the closest thing to talking, I suppose she can. I'm getting mental flashes and images, and
The entire tower shudders
it's weird.
with the
It's-
sound of an explosion from higher up.
Oh,
Up to the ceiling.
Oh crap!
Man,
I think
alright.
that's Crazy Joe.
What did he do something? Did he blow up the? Did he blow up the entire platform we're on? I don't.
Let's
I
sure
don't
as hell
remember.
hope not.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go see.
I'll come with you.
Avery, he's
Someone should wrangle Crazy Joe.
yeah, Avery, he's your follower. You might be able to communicate better with him.
Ivory kind of like looks at Pyre and then he looks back at the shimmering form of Cadence wearing a skin suit. And kind of
I'll
looks
watch
back
her.
and he make sure nothing happens to her, and he'll start heading towards wherever like the nearest stairs are, or before he goes, he'll look to Cadence and be like, "I'll be right back,"
So as
Fire.
and then he'll go.
we're gonna follow the antics of Crazy Joe for a minute, and then we'll come back to you before they get back. So as you guys ascend the stairs that you find the evidence of fortifications made and broken by the shambling masses,
Hmm.
and where you eventually find Crazy Joe, it was obvious that he was in a fight.
Oh no.
The room that he was in is entirely black now. So is he. He is grinning like he just won the fucking lottery. And there's a pair of armored legs. Just a pair. They're hooved legs. But that's all that's left of whatever he was fighting?
Smoking like Looney Tunes.
No, they're just standing there.
I was pretty Crazy Joe.
I'm gonna walk through the room, looking at all of the damage that's.
There is evidence that enough C4 was used that Crazy Joe realistically should be dead.
I'm gonna point at Crazy Joe. How did you survive this?
He's gonna hold up a grenade and just go kaboom.
I'm gonna take a step back. That's not a good idea.
Irene's gonna sheath his shotgun and walk up to Crazy Joe and be like, what happened here? That's an armored... Those are armored legs. Is that FPC?
He looks at it, looks at you, and goes, was.
Was. I'm not okay.
I'm losing my shit off of that.
Damn.
His mane is still actively on fire, by the way.
I will put out the fire in Crazy Joe's mane and be like, oh well, good job. Did they try to attack you? What were they doing up here?
He shrugs and tells you something along the lines of, it is kind of like hard to understand because he's got a dynamite stick in his mouth.
He's
but he does tell you that it looked like they were holding watch over something. He's not sure what. It's gone now.
Darn.
Okay. Well, good job. Ivory's gonna search the room for anything left, any sign of why there was an armored troop here.
There's lots of shrapnelized armor in the walls. It looked like there might have been a power armor suit at one point. But, Crazy Joe and his seemingly bottomless pit of explosives.
I love this man.
We also hate him.
There is nothing left in this room other than the front left hoof and back right hoof of the individual that he exploded.
Individual that he exploded is a sentence I never thought I'd hear.
Are there any adjoining doors to this room?
Just the one you came in that had been blown against the far wall of the hallway, and a window that has no glass anymore. If it ever did, you'll never know.
Completely bare now. Not even a single shard left. Just Ivory's gonna take a peek out the window, just to see what he sees.
The shambling masses are starting to head towards the palace in mass.
Ooh.
Sudden, very loud noise has attracted everything in the area. Roll perception for me.
Yeah.
In the distance, you see a group of FPC heading to what appears to be some sort of unearthed bunker.
I know our next target.
An unearthed bunker.
Yeah, he'll turn back after seeing that. He's like, I know where we go next, but we're gonna have a bit of a trouble getting to it. We have a lot of company coming. Crazy Joe, do you think you could hit that? And he's going to point in at the like mass of crystal hosts. And he's basically insinuating, can you lob a grenade into them to distract them?
He's gonna rub his hoof against his chin, hold his hoof up like he's got a thumb and he's measuring something, look at it, squint one eye, and then huck a grenade out of the window. Miraculously, he does manage to land it in the area of the shambling masses, and it does do quite a bit of damage, and his eyes light up as he produces grenades, C4 blocks, and dynamite seemingly from nowhere. And just starts raining down explosives from where he's at.
Watching this, can I tell that his explosives are like doing genuine damage to the bodies of the crystal host?
Oh, if they land close enough to anything, they do rip apart whatever they get close to. These things don't seem to be very sturdy. If there's enough left of them to start moving again, though, they do.
Okay. So, like, you can blow off the legs, but it'll start crawling towards you, kind of thing.
If it has a limb to do so with, yes.
Who's in the room with us?
I believe Emerald and Gear Grease.
Okay. After Crazy Joe has done plenty of damage, he'll let Crazy Joe know it's time to return down. And he'll turn to Emerald and Gear and like, well, now we know how to deal with them.
Are we bringing our new friend?
Good question. He looks back at Crazy Joe. I would like to... He's contemplating how Crazy Joe would deal with Cadence now.
My guess is not well.
Yeah.
Like, just given what she's made of right now.
He blew up a lot of people.
Has Crazy Joe seen or met the Tantabus yet?
If you remember, their reaction to when they did see the Tantabus led to this situation with Nebula. And,
right.
Yeah. For the most part, the Crazy Joe has been avoiding even looking in the direction of the Tantabus.
Yeah.
And adding a second one would put some undue stress because you have not gone through any of the necessary process to try to convert him to magic is not bad.
Yeah. I mean, he lost faith in like the cause explicitly, but he still has manophobia.
My question is, they're basically in a gaseous form, right?
Mostly.
Again, Cadence is like a cloud of magic, like controlling what's left of her body.
Okay, if cloud of magic, damn, and she has a body, so that means nope. There goes my idea of them just being able to push all of their gaseous forms into a jar. You know?
It's an alicorn. She's too big.
How? Okay, so if we, this is some like Looney Tunes stuff, but if we put like clothes on Cadence,
Oh my.
could she pass off as not being made of magic?
She's largely intangible where she doesn't have flesh.
Everyone's like that every now and then.
So,
And I don't have
What if
enough
we
stuff
just
to
put,
build a
like,
mecha body for her.
what if we just threw like a big like bed sheet over her, so you just can't see any of it?
Wouldn't that just make Crazy Joe more curious, though?
Not to mention, it would go through the intangibility.
Yeah, it would be
Yeah.
draped over chunks of Cadence body in a way that wouldn't look right, especially when it moved.
Can Cadence fly still?
We don't know yet.
Okay, we need to find out, because if Cadence can fly, then maybe we could just have Cadence follow us in the air, high above us.
She's
Where Crazy
missing
Joe
a
won't
wing,
really notice.
but maybe. Also, I don't think we're actually talking about this in character. I think we're just
No,
like,
we're not.
No, we are not.
We're not.
a new friend.
This is out of character speculation right now.
Man,
Let's
I
leave
know.
this for
I just
post
wanted to
game.
specify.
imagine talking and trying to discuss a plan in front of the guy you don't want to hear your plan. Wow, that's
Okay.
wow.
Okay, to be fair with Crazy Joe, he's likely not listening.
I'm also going to point out that Wind was saying that because Wind has done that
I have.
loudly in front of a royal guard for a monarchy he was talking about overthrowing.
It ended up working out in the end. That's what matters.
No. No.
Guys, guys,
And we
Back
had this
to what we
whole-
back to this
we had the whole
campaign
act
though.
to save
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
And then you
focus on
died
this
anyway.
campaign for now.
Yeah, back to this campaign. Anyway, so what's the plan then to get Cadence out of here?
Ice, how much scrap do you have on you right now?
He's got. Let me check.
I mean, otherwise
He
we
has
could
too
just.
much because we had to leave the cart behind.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He brought the battery and that's it.
Sure.
He might
I-
have
Because
some
if we,
robot parts in his back pocket. I don't know.
had enough scrap,
You,
I have mecha.
Gizmo is not enough to make an entire robot.
Oh, I can make it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can make an entire robot though, but
Out of nothing?
well, not out of nothing.
Yeah, if you had the parts.
Think hard
Yeah.
enough and believe that you have the materials.
The thing is,
I have a
like,
16 in mecha, so I just need the parts.
I have an idea, but I'm not too sure how well it will work. If we have one group move ahead of the other, with the last group being, the one with Crazy Joe, then we could technically get this all handled without Crazy Joe really knowing, or at
I'm
least
gonna get us started.
not knowing until later.
Emerald like gestures for everyone to follow. And like, let's go back down.
Yeah.
And then I lead them to the door, and then I get everyone else to go inside, and I have me and Crazy Joe guard the door in case more hosts come, so he doesn't go in and see Cadence.
Great idea. Yeah, and Ivory will be like, Crazy Joe, if you see the horde of crystal ponies appear trying to destroy us all, feel free to blow them all up. Kaboom. And then he'll head in.
I'm gonna head in with you guys.
What have I been up to this whole time?
That's what I was actually about to ask, is what you were going to do with while they were gone.
Well, one of the first things she does after everyone gets up and leaves, she kind of sets her bag down, gets her rifle out, sets it down, make sure it's clean and ready, and she'll approach Cadence and basically say, I made an oath that I'd save Luna, and I'd save Shadowfire. God of Death told me to find all the Alicorns, protect all of them. So I will do whatever it takes to do what you need.
Cadence doesn't seem to respond, but you do get the sense that she understands what you're saying.
Alright. Odds are one person you can talk to is Avery, but that's fine. Just know I'm here. Then she'll walk over to her bag, grab a rifle, and just kind of go on guard duty.
Rapid, are you doing anything?
I don't think so, no. Nothing in particular, anyway.
Okay. Then, in that case, everybody makes it back to the throne room. Ivory, what are you doing?
So Ivory will bring, the group minus Emerald and Crazy Joe together, and basically be like, so, some good news, some bad news. Which do we wish to start with first?
I vote for the good news.
Yeah, might as well.
Good news is, what Crazy Joe blew up there was a member of the FPC, likely wearing power armor. The other good news is that we saw some FPC running away to an unearthed bunker. So now we have a lead.
Finally.
The bad news is now we have a... Oh, wait. I forgot one other good piece of good news. We now know how to deal with the crystal hosts. While they may not necessarily be very vulnerable to bullet weapons, they are not as strong against explosives.
Fire just kind of
Crazy
grins.
Joe... Crazy Joe being Crazy Joe has plenty of explosives.
Damn fine to hear. Alright, what's the bad news?
The bad news is we have a horde of crystal hosts descending upon our location right now.
Face-offs. Of course.
Exactly because of the extremely loud explosion that rocked the entire palace.
Crazy Joe's gonna
also,
hold up a block of C4 and just go kaboom.
From outside the door.
Yeah, from outside. He just hears his name. Kaboom! What is also a problem with the crystal hosts, even though we can deal with them, is that if they aren't blown up sufficiently, if they have one limb left, they will still try and crawl towards you.
Damn.
So they're
Persistent.
very persistent, yes. Another bad thing is, ironically, Cadence. Because Crazy Joe is still manophobic.
Right.
Which means if we bring Cadence with us, we have to find a way so that Crazy Joe doesn't know or doesn't look at her. Otherwise, we may lose our ace in the hole against the Crystal Host. And anyone wearing sufficiently strong enough power armor that we will likely face and have to blow up.
Yeah. Are we gonna even be able to move her? Because, as far as I
I'm
know,
not
didn't you say there
sure.
were more than one spell circle?
The circuit's been broken.
Oh, alright. Once again, how will we move her? And, kind of looks up back to her. Does she want to be moved?
That's a good question.
Pyre kind of grips Ivory and pulls him over. Apparently she likes talking to you.
Apparently so. Well, let me give it a try. Ivory's going to walk back up to Cadence, close enough to where like she could touch him and whatnot, and he'll propose the question. Would you like to come with us?
Rather than like giving you impressions or anything like that, she just physically shakes her head no.
Understood.
She then reaches out with her magic and she basically lets you feel what she's feeling right now, and God, you've never felt this kind of tired. Imagine you have spent a lifetime running a marathon continuously. That's about how she feels right now.
Oof.
So, because just a bit of out of character context, she's been used as a battery for who knows how many hundreds of years, to the point that it caused her body to basically disintegrate. And she can't even use words right now. She's communicating through impressions and images.
I should ask this now, but you've mentioned multiple times that she reaches out for her magic. I have imagined that as like one of her legs is missing, and she reached out with like the ethereal leg.
Yeah, same.
That is essentially what it is. Either that, or like it could be interpreted as like a cloud of magic comes out of her main form, the main body.
Yeah, that works too. That's why I was asking.
As long as it's the energy portion of her is touching someone, she can communicate through that. Which she didn't reach out towards Pyre, but Pyre also did not make the attempt to reach closer to touch her. So the the only wants to talk to Ivory was more of a couldn't necessarily talk to Pyre.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's certainly a feeling. I understand. Currently with our group, occasionally we will see something similar in a ethereal form of Luna of the Tantabus, and that is how we've had our very lightly to say connection to Luna. We're going after her. We're going after the rest of the Alicorns to save them. So we won't be able to stay here. You'll likely be alone again with the shuffling hordes of what I guess would be the remnants of this place.
She gives you impressions and images of both safety and the things just kind of wandering or the halls.
Mhm.
In no uncertain terms, you feel like she's telling you that she'll be fine around them. So it is kind of obvious that you will not.
Mm-hmm. Well, maybe one day I'll see you again and I'll give you the good news. Since it seems like the host is somewhat protecting you, we'll try our best to leave as many as possible, but can't promise anything.
Her body seems to glow a bit more as she seems to concentrate, and you get two images of two different individuals saying something simultaneously, and it comes out as "save them." Before she just kind of not collapses, but like seems to just sag before laying down on her throne, and her only visible eye closes, and the rhythmic rise and fall of what is left of one of her sides kind of gives off the impression that she's breathing evenly, which would imply sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Which, given what she's been through, this is probably the first time in centuries that she's been able to truly rest.
Ivory will very kind of like at first, like, you know, in worry, rush her size as she collapses, but like as he kind of like, oh, she's sleeping, he'll just kind of like sit there staring over her for a moment, and just like, I will come back one day and tell you I've succeeded. I promise that. And he's going to rifle through his bag, and he will pull. I was searching for the thing, just making sure I still had it. He will pull out his little religious symbol that has kept him warm through so many years. Through, you know, just faith and hope and stuff, and now it's just empty to him. And he will whatever like piece of her he can like set it on carefully where it'll rest. He will very, very carefully like set it on her, as kind of like his promise to her that he will return. And he'll just stand there for a second, just silent, and he'll just give a soft internal prayer. I will come back. I will. Do all I can. I promise. And then he will very, very reluctantly kind of go back to the group. Be like, she'll be fine here.
Alright. Yeah. One thing I should do before I leave. She kind of walks up to the throne, looking down at the sleepy form. Sorry I gave you burial rites when yours hell ain't dead. She kind of like starts searching her mind. I know there's some sort of blessing of protection somewhere. Wasn't really always paying attention to that part. She does her best to try and remember, and will kind of like give a prayer of life and protection.
As you guys, once you do that, as you guys are heading out, Crazy Joe is staring wide-eyed at one of the crystal hosts. It's a single one. There is plenty of evidence that explosions have happened. But in a immediate circle around this singular member of the host, no signs of explosions having hit. There is what appears to be the ethereal glowing tattoo of a skeleton across the remains of the corpse, as it eyes you guys up and down in a way that can only be described as appraising before it opens its jaw, and out comes a voice that is way too rich and smooth for the desiccated lungs of whatever this creature used to be, because it's barely recognizable at this point, other than being quadruped. Well, now, this is interesting. You're a bit more put together than the other groups I've seen.
I hate to see the other groups if you're saying that to Pony Joe. Crazy Joe, sorry.
I assume we're all together now for seeing this.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you guys are staying in the throne room for some reason, because this is literally right outside.
Yeah, no.
No.
And
Well, this is interesting.
who might you be?
I go by many names, but for now, just call me a friend. But I did want to come and take a peek at what was going on here. The problem is, it's a little difficult to get in at the moment. So, hence the current appearance. It's complicated, trust me.
And, who are you?
Spirit, but not body.
You could say that. This thing hasn't had a
Well?
spirit in a long time, so it would be close to say.
Basically, you're puppeting it.
Yes, that would be accurate.
Who are you, though?
See, that's a loaded question, but for now, again, just consider me a friend. Frankly,
friend?
you have enough on your hands that I don't feel the need to test your mettle. Not to mention, given what you're surviving here compared to what some of the other groups I have seen are dealing with, I think you're doing just fine. I'm, in fact, color me impressed that you've made it this far. Though I will warn you, the king here is quite the doozy. I'd recommend making sure you know what you're doing before you face him. And if you don't know what I mean, you will eventually.
King.
Pyre looks over at Doc. Yeah, one of us knows that for certain.
Ivory's gonna take a step closer to Pyre and whisper and like, King. We know a king.
She kind of like one. She's kind of like looks at him. It's just like the king in yellow.
Mm-hmm.
She kind of pauses. What do you mean the king here? There are other kings?
To put it lightly, yes, but none that you need to worry about. Like I said, there are other groups, and they have been sent to deal with their own kings. See, things are a little more complicated than you might first think, but suffice it to say that all we need you to do is exactly what you're already doing. I just came to take a peek. I figured if Plagueheart was going to cheat and do so, then I might as well as do the same.
Pyre is immediately suspicious.
Yeah.
How do you know Plagueheart?
Oh, anybody who's anybody knows Plagueheart. It's quite simple, actually. But I'm afraid that given the restrictions, I can't stay here for long. I did come to deliver, shall we say, a gift in exchange for a promise. And
What?
he reaches inside the ribcage of the corpse he's puppeting and tosses something to Ivory and says,
Ivory will try to catch it.
and he says, this was given to me by a acquaintance, and he wants you to right the wrongs you've made. And he wants you to take this as a sign of... I'd say the word would be trust that you will. The object that he tossed you appears to be a simple necklace with a black, glassy skull hanging from it. It is in the shape of a dragon with forward swept horns.
Pyre immediately snaps up and starts digging through her bag. And then pulls out her own version.
Ah, yes, I see
Does
you have found one.
does Ivory recognize this like at all?
We went into Tartarus for it. I hope he does.
Oh, yeah, he was for that.
No, I
for
mean
that.
what he's holding.
It is.
Oh.
It is the same, exactly, to the one that you got from Tartarus, but the stranger chuckles and says, "Then I see you understand at least somewhat the significance of what you hold."
Well, given some guy that I probably made a bad deal with sent us to go get it. Yeah, we know a little bit.
Ah, yes, that one. Suffice it to say, you do not want either of these to fall into his hands. It provides great complications. Be thankful that even he is struggling to manifest here.
I take it the power from these is whatever they are is they have to be intact.
Yes, but I would also not recommend breaking them.
That was my my alternate, because he's gonna come collect.
Eventually, yes. Again, you're simply quite lucky that he has not been able to make it yet.
That yet is not encouraging. You wouldn't happen to have any advice?
Don't die.
We'll try
About-
our best.
Argus?
He just kind of chuckles as the corpse he's puppering just crumbles to dust.
Yeah, figures.
Any idea what that was about?
Vaguely.
Out of character, I forget what the significance of the necklace is.
I forget what the necklace is at all.
I don't think that you guys necessarily actually know. Nez may have heard some from one of the other campaigns. I know that Cole knows exactly what that is because
Keeping my mouth shut.
it was an important part of a different campaign. But suffice to say that you were essentially handed the equivalent of a holy symbol.
Ah,
And I will note that the one that you were handed is emitting a small amount of warmth. And
okay.
the other one is not.
So we got a better one.
Yes and no. But for now,
Your warm is better.
touche. I will I will not disagree with that. For now, we're gonna go ahead and put a pin in this. We've been going for almost 3 hours today.
Good session today.
Yeah.
For those of you that may or may not still be watching, if you enjoyed that and would like to see more of it, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell, follow on Twitch, all that good stuff. If you want to show further support to the channel, of course, there's super chats, memberships. The Patreon link is in the description. Big thank you to my subscribers on Twitch as well. Big thank you to Ice Crystal and Cameo Shadowness for their continued support on Patreon. Other than that, I will be live again tomorrow with Heart of Darkness. And until then, everybody have a great afternoon and don't forget to drink water.
Hydrate or dehydrate.
Well, the bomb got dropped upon us all, and the list of all unknowns is tall. But if there's anything we know, our stubbornness has shown. We'll climb up after any fall. We know who we are, but we still don't know who named us. Yeah, we know where we are, but we don't know where we came from. Leftover ashes in the sky, and the nations, all they do is fight. Yeah, the crown broke all our trust, so I guess it's up to us to save whatever's left of life. We know who we are, but we still don't know who named us. Yeah, we know where we are, but we don't know where we came from. But we still don't know who named us. Yeah, we know where we are, but we don't know where we came from. Oh, we know who we are, but we still don't know who named us. Yeah, we know where we are, but we don't know where we came from.